Guys, today I'm going to show you how to use the skin softening tool in Lightroom. They've added some new features with the update that makes this tool a lot better than it was in the previous version of Lightroom. So let's get started. Real quick, click the subscribe button to stay updated with the tutorials that we're going to be adding. So we're going to come over to our develop module, and if you see the adjustment brush here in the corner, that's what we're going to click on. You're going to go to effect, and you're going to click that effect and just look for the effect that you're looking for. We happen to be doing skin softening, so I'm going to click on the skin softening. They have two now there. They have skin soften and skin soften light. I'm just going to go with the regular skin soften. Then we're going to come down here to our brush. You're working with a face. You don't want your brush too big because you want to stay on the skin lines. You don't want to be getting out of lines. I'm going to turn my brush down just a little bit more. When it comes to the feather on the brush, I like a bigger feather on the brush so it blends and we don't get a hard line of the skin softening. So what we're going to do next, we're just going to kind of start painting on that little bit of skin softening. So we're going to paint first and we're going to adjust later. So just kind of go a little bit of everywhere until you feel comfortable. You can even come down to the show selected mask overlay, and I can see I did not do a very good job. That's why that tool kind of comes in handy. You know, this is something you have to be perfect at. That's why I use that feather so it kind of blends. Now, I need to get a little in here, but that's kind of small, so I'm going to come over to my navigator, and I'm just going to enlarge this a little bit. Then I'm going to take the navigator screen and pull up so I can see exactly where I'm brushing at. I'm going to come back over to my brush, and I'm just adjusting the size accordingly here. I'm going to, under the navigator, if you hit fit, it just takes it right back to the way it was. So now I feel pretty comfortable with what I've painted on. I'm going to unclick the show selected mask overlay tab and then kind of take a look at what we got and play with my adjustments. So the first thing I'm going to do, they're defaulting the sharpness to 25. I'm going to double click that to bring it back to 0. With the clarity, they're taking it all the way down to 100. Doesn't look bad. I want to see what it looks like if I don't have it down to 100. I'm just going to click that back and just kind of play with that. So I'm just going to bring my clarity down a little bit. So you can see how that's softening her skin. On the flip side, you can go the other way. We probably don't want anybody to have rougher looking skin, but just to kind of show you that difference there. I like how that clarity looks all the way down. It's nice and subtle for this young lady. Another thing I've added is the texture. That's new to this version of Lightroom, which I really like. I'm going to turn that texture down just a little bit as well. Then with the sharpness tool, you can turn that up and down. I really don't play a lot with that because the clarity and the texture seems to do a good job. So that is how you're going to do some skin softening in Lightroom.